flirting in person is one thing, but flirting over text is a whole different ballgame. Hey, welcome to Online for Love, your #1 resource for dating by the numbers. Today we're going to be going over all of our top tips on how to flirt with a woman over text. Before we dive into these tips though, you should definitely check out our free online dating opener formula, because this is going to show you what to say to start the conversation, to begin the flirting in the first place. So this will actually increase your chances of success by 3. So go ahead and check out our free opener formula by clicking the link above me, and it's found in the description down below, to go ahead and send your best possible first message out to all those ladies you want to talk to. Also, you should definitely make sure to take our free online dating app quiz as well, because you really can't get anywhere with flirting if you didn't meet somebody on the right dating app first. So go ahead and take our quiz. It's quick, fun, and totally free. So it's going to pair you with your perfect online dating site or dating app. So go ahead and click the link above me or in the description to go to our quiz. Take the quiz and then comment back here and comment below what your results are, because we would love to know. Alright, so let's get into it. What is the best way to go about flirting with a woman over text? So the first tip is to keep your flirty text short and sweet. So you do not need to be writing a whole novel, even though women do tend to love romance novels typically. You don't have to write one in order to come across as flirty. So you don't need to write a whole sonnet, a whole poem, an epic to describe her beauty, although that'd be pretty nice, not gonna lie, but you don't have to do that. Actually, if you end up writing a whole novel to somebody, the chances are that they won't actually even read it. So you're better off sending something that is to the point and succinct and gets your flirtiness across. Also, if you are trying to be flirty, talking a ton is going to derail that, because you'll turn the conversation a lot more serious, and it could even feel like work just to get through all the stuff that you have written. So the next tip is to stay positive. When they feel happy when they're talking to you, they're going to want to talk to you even more and even more. It's hard to flirt with somebody when you're talking about something very sad, so keep your topics happy. You want that person to feel good when they talk to you, and you want to feel good as well. Keep things happy and laugh together and lighthearted, and it'll be fun and inherently flirty. The next tip is to be complimentary. So this may seem obvious, but sometimes when men are flirting with women online, they might go the opposite route of being complimentary by not giving many compliments ever, because they don't want to come across as desperate or creepy or anything like that. But we officially give you permission to give compliments, be complimentary, but to do it in maybe a more understated, sweet way. You don't have to be all up in her face with, a barrage of compliments. That might come off a little bit strange, but you do want to be complimentary, because you are flirting here after all. So don't be afraid to butter her up just a little bit. However, you really want these compliments to be sincere, and the best compliments are actually ones that aren't about her physical appearance. Or if they are about her physical appearance, make it something unique and highly specific, because women online in the online dating sphere are getting tons of messages all the time saying you're hot, you're beautiful, etc, 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 you're cute. So you want to stand out, really. So if you do want to compliment her physical appearance, you could say something like, I don't know, something unique to her. I love the way that your hair falls. I love your style. That's a great one. I love the style of clothes that you wear. It looks so great on you. Just little things that are specific to that person if you do want to compliment their appearance. That way you can stand out and your compliment will mean more. So your flirting will be extra effective. Something that would be very complimentary to us is if you would like this video and subscribe to the channel. So it really helps us out when you give our videos a thumbs up, because that shows YouTube that people are enjoying our content. So then YouTube pushes our videos out for more people to see. So we would really appreciate your thumbs up and your subscriptions. So the next step on how to flirt online with a woman over text is to ask playful questions. So you don't have to be so serious. You do want to get to know her, but you don't always have to ask, straightforward questions like, how is your work, etc, etc. You want to ask something that stands out, is unique and playful, so you can have a fun conversation. And the next tip is to ask an open question. When you ask an open question that requires them to, tell a story or share information about themselves or just open up and talk a bit, this is going to make the conversation flow so much better and continue. If you ask questions that are yes or no, this closes off the possibility of continuing that conversation thread. Instead of asking, do you like your work? You could ask, what do you like about your work? This really inspires them to give a deeper answer, and it can really help your conversation. You can keep it simple and ask them to elaborate on things that are happening in their life, like how that interview went, or was their mini vacation as good as they'd hoped it would be, or how was their friend's birthday party? Was the cake there amazing? Just simple things that show that you are keeping up with what they're telling you about their life and you're interested to know more, and give them the prompt to tell you more. This is also a chance for you to show that you are thoughtful, so if they had an event or something major happen, you can prove that you remember, and this will give you some extra flirting points. So you really want to ask something that's direct, that's unique, that's specific to them. You want your questions to be different than other ones that they're getting on a daily basis. You want to stand out and be memorable. Just make sure not to ask too open-ended questions. If you're going too philosophical, it might be a bit too much depending on who you're talking to. Maybe don't start the whole meaning of life conversation till at least a few dates in. Speaking of questions though, question of the day. Do you prefer flirting in real life or online? Some people are way more smooth with their online persona, and some people just are not really good texters and they would rather talk to somebody and flirt with somebody in person. So for you, would you rather meet up and flirt in person, maybe at a bar or an event or a date, or would you rather get your flirt on through text and that's where you feel more comfortable? Leave your comments down below. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so the next tip is to not come on too strong. So when you are flirting over text, you want to establish a great rapport, you want to have things going well and eventually meet up for a date. But if you come on too strong, this can be just as bad, or if not worse, than, not giving enough. If you're giving too much, it can come off a bit overwhelming. Subtlety is a major thing to keep in mind when you are flirting in any context, but especially online. If you come off as way too eager or just jumping at the bit anytime you can get to talk to them or to send a million messages or to compliment like crazy, it's just a bit much and it is a little bit off-putting. You don't want it to seem like all you have in your life going on right now is to text them and flirt with them online. You also want to try to avoid overthinking, because this can actually come off as trying too hard. You don't need to spend an exorbitant amount of time thinking about what to actually reply to a text or crafting the perfect response. It's not that serious, so don't take it that way. You also want to make sure that you and the person you're talking to are talking to each other at roughly the same amount. If you are over texting and constantly sending message and they're not really replying, you can tell then that the flirting is not really working out. Also, you don't want to use too many emojis. If you send, too many emojis, too many GIFs, it can be a little bit childish actually, and a little bit goes a long way. Also, you don't have to respond exactly right away when you get a text message, but you also shouldn't be waiting a ton of hours in between. People have lives to live, so it's okay if you need to take some time to respond because you're working or whatever, but don't, wait a whole 24 hours, and don't necessarily always respond within 30 seconds either. In general, it's best to feel relaxed when you're flirting online, and don't take it too seriously, and don't come off too strong. The 7th tip we have for you is to tease your crush. So teasing is so fun and effective when it comes to flirting, because yes, you want to be complimentary and show that you like them, but a little bit of teasing goes a long way. You want your banter to be playful and show that you're not taking yourself or them too seriously. Also, a lot of people find it very attractive when they can be put in their place just a little bit. Make sure to keep what you're teasing about light though. Maybe tease them about watching a cheesy movie or spending too much time with their guitar. It's better when the teasing is punching up rather than punching down, because you don't want to actually make them feel bad. And make sure that you are open to being teased back. You better be able to take what you dish out. Our next tip is to not send multiple unanswered text messages. So it's okay if you send a message and they don't get back to you. You can maybe check in on them a day or a few days later, but if you keep sending message after message after message, no answer sometimes is the answer, so you have to know when to give up the ghost. At best, sending tons of messages could be maybe a little bit annoying. At worst, it could just be very creepy and almost harassing. If you're struggling to figure out what type of text message you should send first to a person, do not forget to check out our free online dating opener formula. That's going to be linked above me and in the description down below. It's going to triple your success rates and your response rates on your first messages sent out to people on online dating apps. Our 9th tip is to not send drunk texts. Now, it might seem a little bit obvious to say this, but a lot of people kind of get liquid courage and they might feel a little bit flirtier and funner when they are under the influence a little bit. So that's when they might tend to send out some flirty texts, but you better hold off until you're in your right mind before you say something you don't really want to say. And the last tip we have for you is to aim to meet in person. So your text messages should be a means to an end. You want to meet in person, have actual dates, establish a relationship, etc. So you should want to stop texting and start talking in real life. So you don't want to send text messages forever and always be talking and never be meeting. You want to go and aim towards that date. Use texting as a means to an end. But that is going to just about wrap up this video. I hope that it was enjoyable and helpful for you. So do not forget to check out our free online dating opener formula. That's going to be linked above me and in the description down below to triple your response rates on all sorts of online dating apps and dating sites. Also, do not forget to check out our online dating app quiz, which will pair you with your perfect online dating site or dating app. It's quick, fun, easy, totally free. So that's going to be linked above me and in the description down below as well. Also, do not forget to check out some of our other videos popping up on either side of me now that you're just about done with this one. And also, do not forget to answer the question of the day. Do you prefer to flirt in person or over text? Leave your comments down below. We love to hear from you. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you liked it and subscribe if you loved it. And hopefully we'll see you here again at Online for Love. Thanks. Bye.